Courtney having a baby?
Welcome to my 21-week bump date. I'm actually 21 weeks and 2 days today. I am 2 days late with my bump date. I'm sorry. I worked a lot the last couple of days and I haven't been home since Monday because I've been on overnights and flying for long periods of time, so I haven't had any time to record this bump date until now. I didn't finish work last night until midnight, so obviously there was no sunlight and I couldn't record it then. So I'm recording now my 21-week bump date. This week baby is the size of a cantaloupe or a rock melon. So there's a couple of new symptoms this week. Reflux is one of them. I've been experiencing that after a meal. If I burp, there's like stomach acid that comes up. It's really gross. So that's a new symptom for me that I haven't had before. Another symptom that I had this week was strong sense of smell. I went to the shopping centre and did a little bit of shopping and I could smell everything and everyone, and it was like no one wears deodorant. Where I live, it's pretty hot. It generally sits around 38 degrees Celsius during the day in summer, which it is now summer. So I could definitely smell every person that walked past me and I had to try so hard not to throw up. This next symptom is lots of movement. So I felt lots of movement in the early stages of the 21-week period, which was very reassuring for me. I love feeling her move and I love feeling her kick. There's starting to be a pattern for when she moves a lot. She moves a lot at night, probably around 7:30 till 9:30. She's kicking constantly. So that's nice to have that reassurance every day. However, like I said before, I've been doing huge hours and huge days flying the last couple of days, and I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but I didn't feel her move at all yesterday, and I did take the time at about 7:30 to sit down and feel my tummy to see if she was moving, and there was nothing. So I didn't feel her move for almost a full 24 hours and I was really concerned. I wasn't at my home base, I was away on an overnight, so there's not much I could do. I don't know whether it's because I had flown for 6 hours straight. The lack of oxygen maybe got to her. I'm not too sure. I have no idea. I haven't spoken to my doctor about it because I've been finishing work after they close, and obviously I can't call them halfway through a flight. So I haven't spoken to the doctor about it at all, and they haven't opened yet today either. So I'm planning on calling them as soon as they open and asking them if it might have anything to do with that. If so, I might have to start cutting back on my duties and maybe calling in sick for the longer, 15-hour duties where I'm flying for 15 hours, which I have one of those next week, because I do not want to risk my baby's health just so that I can have a good record of not calling in sick at work. So that lack of movement was yesterday, so it technically was in the 22-week, and I probably should have mentioned in my 22-week bump date instead. However, it's fresh in my mind and I just thought I'd talk about it now because it only happened yesterday and it is definitely a concern of mine. I did try laying down on my back when I got back to my hotel and drinking cold water and putting cold things on my tummy and moving around and using the bathroom, and nothing was getting her to move. So usually one of those things at least works, so I was getting pretty concerned. My next symptom is emotional and moody. My poor husband, oh my gosh. I am crazy. These hormones are just, I feel like they're getting worse this week, or maybe I'm just cranky because I'm working a lot and I haven't seen him a lot. So I feel like I'm being very needy and I want him to respond to my messages now, and I want him to answer my phone calls now because I don't see him a lot. And when I do, it's generally after midnight and he's sleeping and I've just finished work, and so we don't get a lot of time to sit down and talk as a couple. I feel like we haven't really spoken in a couple of weeks. So I think that has a little bit to do with why I'm being really emotional. Not only that, but shortly after baby's born, he is getting deployed, so I know that my time with him is limited and we don't have a lot of time together as it is. So I'm really looking forward to finishing work and starting annual leave so that I can see him when he's home and we just aren't on conflicting duties anymore because it's getting really annoying. My next symptom is increased discharge. I probably should have said TMI before I said that. I don't know how to explain this discharge. It's like, I wear liners every day, so it's not a huge issue, and if you haven't heard of the double liners from Libra, you should go check them out because they have been a lifesaver for me. It's 2 liners in one, and then one, when the top one gets full, you peel it off and it's like a fresh liner. So that's been really great for me, especially on those long 12 to 15 hour days where I don't have time to go and get a new one and change it over, so that's been great. But I don't know how to explain the discharge itself. It's like creamy, I guess, creamy CM. I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of it, and every time I go to the bathroom there's a significant amount more in my undies. The last symptom that I have to mention this week is tired. I'm exhausted all the time. I think it's got a lot to do with flying. They say you have a lot of energy in the second trimester, but I think I've had less the last week than I have the whole pregnancy because I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I have to try and figure out what I'm going to do with work because I'm not too sure how much longer I can keep up these long hours of flying and being pregnant. It's brutal. It's really hard to explain. Even as a passenger, when I travel as a passenger, I get tired on the flight just sitting there and I want to sleep. So you can imagine being in high heels and stockings and a scarf and running around 21 weeks pregnant, back and forth up and down the cabin and serving drinks and bending down and pushing heavy carts and crossing the seat belts every turnaround. It hurts my back. It's actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Flying at this stage in pregnancy, I thought that I would be fine to fly to 29 weeks, but I'm struggling already and I'm only at 21 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have any annual leave left. I might just have to suck it up and deal with it. But at the same time, I don't want to be putting my baby's health at risk. So I'm definitely going to be speaking to my OBGYN about that today. I just wanted to say thank you very much for everyone who commented on my gift registry video and gave me advice on the items that I'd chosen and mentioned some items that I hadn't put on my registry. It was really, really helpful. I've added some things to my registry and changed some items out. So thank you very much for that. Also, something else that I would like to mention this week is that I've been thinking about where I'd like this channel to go once baby's born. Kind of thinking daily vlogs, like I'm sure you guys know what daily vlogs are, where you film yourself going to the shops and just doing what you do on a day-to-day basis. It will just be me and baby for the first 8 months or so while Andrew's overseas. Gives me something to do because I won't be working. If you have any advice or ideas or feedback on that idea, let me know below in the comments. If you would absolutely not like to see daily vlogs from me and baby girl, let me know as well. Okay guys, I will go ahead and show you my 21 week bump. Okay guys, that was my 21 week bump date. Thank you so much for watching. This was a longer video, so thumbs up to you if you are still watching. I hope you have a wonderful week and I will talk to you soon. Bye!